Wait, what?
Welcome to our segment called Wait, What? All about the pictures and videos and information you see online that just seem a little suspect. Kat Eschner is here with us. She's our lead researcher on our show, and you've also done a lot of work on misinformation.
Yeah, I've both trained other reporters, other journalists, how to identify and report on misinformation, and I've reported on misinformation specifically relating to medicine and COVID-19 myself.
Okay, medical misinformation, really important at this, seasonal time of year. How do you know if something is false, Kat?
Yeah, so one great place to start, I have sort of two red flags. So if there is lots of scary images that don't seem to have a source or add up in what I'm seeing, or if there is lots of confusing information, so there are like weird terms that just kind of stick out, don't seem connected to anything, and are maybe circulating on social media but nowhere else. Those things would always make me look deeper.
Okay, and that really tracks with the data. So if we look at the Canadian Medical Association, they did a survey and they found that 74% of Canadians say there are equal amounts of accurate and inaccurate health-related information online. That makes it so confusing to weed through all this stuff. I think about, Mpox right now. It is a big story out there, formerly known as monkeypox. What are you seeing when it comes to misinformation?
Yeah, so this year, Mpox has been a big story. And before we talk about the misinformation, I just want to give you a few facts. So Mpox is caused by a virus, specifically a pox virus. It causes fever and rash in those who are infected. And it is spreading around the world right now.
Okay, and so when we're seeing misinformation, what's coming to your eyes?
Yeah. So one thing that I think is really interesting and kind of troubling is here we have AstraZeneca COVID jab contains Mpox, ? Spoiler alert, it doesn't. But this is an interesting piece of misinformation because it actually uses the ingredients list that AstraZeneca provides with its vaccine.
Okay, let's take a look at that.
Yeah. And it focuses in on a specific item on that list. The chimpanzee adenovirus. Now, an adenovirus is a respiratory virus. This is basically a chimpanzee cold.
Okay.
And the example that's in the vaccine has been genetically altered so it can't replicate, it can't make you sick.
Okay.
But it's in the vaccine to help cause that sort of heightened immune response that we need to build COVID-19 immunity. Now, somebody looking at this list might be like, chimpanzee, well, chimpanzee's a monkey, Mpox. I see why somebody is linking, saying that this vaccine is causing Mpox. But that, first of all, that's physically not possible. An adenovirus and a pox virus are two completely different kinds of viruses.
Okay, so AFP does a good job. They're a good source in debunking this myth here. But, what if I'm not familiar with AFP and I'm thinking, I see this, I don't know if I buy it?
Yeah, for sure. So here are three sources that I might turn to. I've got a global source, so Reuters, and I'm looking at a debunk of a parallel claim about the Pfizer vaccine in Mpox, also not true.
Okay.
I would also always look to a local source for health information. I've got the City of Toronto's website, which is, for me, the most local source. And then I always like to look at a sort of investigative or deep dive. So I've got a really lengthy fact check that has all the answers I could possibly want on this issue.
Okay. I mean, if I look at these websites, what sticks out to me is that it's simple text. And honestly, it looks boring.
Yeah, health information should really be boring because, mostly it doesn't change. Mostly it's the same.
Kat, great tips. And of course, if you have any pictures, videos, or information you want us to look into, just email us and let us know. Kat, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much.
Well, that is a wrap on our first episode of Big If True. I'm Molly Thomas. Make sure you check us out on social media, YouTube, and on our website for extra content. We will see you next Sunday, same place, same time, as we try to figure out what's real and what's not.